Hey fellow grease monkeys, how's it going? We got this 2000 Chevy S10. Gonna show you how the rear brakes go. Stay tuned, show you some more. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is I have my 15 mil, 12 mil ratchet wrench ready. I got my ratchet with another 15 mil socket, 12 mil socket, and my pry bar. Usually the first thing I do is I put my pry bar right in between here, and I like to pry back this caliper to compress it. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go, get that wedged in there nice, and you should see this compress just a little bit. Here, let's get that steadied up now. Alright, sorry about the camera angle, but it did compress a little bit. So, let me use my 12 mil. I'll take this bolt out and see if I can get you here. Hold on, we'll just go this way. And we'll get this bolt out. And then the bridge, which is what holds your pads to the rotor and the caliper on also, I'll get this off, and I will bring you back for the removal of the rotor, because inside here there's e-brake shoes, and hopefully we don't ruin them, but it all depends on the rust ridge that's inside of the drum area for the e-brake shoes. So I'll bring it back when I get this all apart. Alright, so I got the caliper off, and these pads are supposed to slide freely. Well, they're not, and that's what's causing the unweariness. So like this inside pad is much thinner than this. Both sliders, they slide nice and smooth. So it's nothing to do with them, it's just a lot of rust buildup here, down here, and the same with the other sides. So let me get them off. Best way I found out, and let's see if I can do it one-handed, is, come on, let's see here. Alright, hold on, let me bring it back, I'll get a better pry bar. Okay, so those pads are seated in there pretty well. Took the whole bridge off. Let's see here. Can I do this one-handed? Oh, there's that side. Oh, okay, so there's that. I also loosened this up when I was taking the bridge off, but yeah, yeah. Okay. Alright, so for this side, we're going to get the old trusty hammer out. And we're going to just beat the living shit out of it till it falls out of the slide. Come on, stay where you are. There we go. There. It's out. Alright, so I'm going to take this out. I'll take this side out. There we go. There's new ones in the kit. Alright, so basically what I'm going to do next is I'm going to clean up this side and that side where these slides or helpers, you know what? I don't even remember the proper name for them. The metal shims that go right there, there's new ones, and I wanted to clean up those areas. So they're all good to go. Okay, well, for shits and giggles, let's see. Will this even... Oh boy. Okay. Alright, well, that don't want to come off. Not too much of a surprise. So I'm going to tap here, 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 pretty much in between all the studs. You want to avoid hitting the studs, you hit the studs, that's bad news bears. So let's see if I can do it. Alright, so she's coming. Alright, so I'm going to continue doing that. Spray it down a little bit. Get some lube in there, and I'll bring you back when I have the rotor off. Alright, so the rotors are off. As I expected, there are no e-brake shoes. As you can tell right here, the rust build up because all these are like glued on in a sense, and when rust builds up, they just fall right off. So basically, to replace e-brake shoes is just this big ring, and then this cable comes in, goes to here, goes to right in here, which is the adjuster. So I'm going to take said adjuster apart. I'm going to clean it all up. In another video I'll show you how to do e-brakes, but unfortunately I'm kind of strapped for time. But I'll show you how to do e-brakes later. But I'll get this all cleaned up. I'll get my new e-brakes on. Some of you might realize that the backing plate has rotted away, which again is not a surprise on a soon-to-be 21-year-old vehicle. I already talked to the customer. They didn't want to do that, so we're just going to do e-brake shoes, rear pads and rotors. I've already done the fronts, but in an earlier video you saw me do front pads and rotors, rear pads and rotors on a Durango. I don't want to make this channel just based off doing brakes. Unfortunately, that's what I've been dealt with through this whole predicament that we got going on in the world. But anyways, enough rattling on. Let me get this done. This all cleaned up. The bridge all cleaned up with a new rotor on, and I will bring you back when I'm ready to reassemble everything. Alright, so we're back. Okay, so I got the bridge all cleaned up, lubed up, new pads on it. Not all pads are like this, but some are. Sometimes they will come with this right here, which is called a squeaker. So if the pad wears down to basically where that finger ends, it starts rubbing on the rotor, causes a squeak, hence the reason squeaker. So basically what you want to do is, like I have here, squeakers on bottom. That's what you want to do. Now you don't want the squeaker on top because of unawareness. Usually, no, I don't want to say that. Anyways, you don't want them on top. Generally, you want them on bottom. When you're braking, most of the brake, because the tire's going clockwise, it's going to go towards that way, and that's when you're going to get the squeak, because the pad starts hitting here and then more. So generally, as a rule, this wears more than this side, which, I mean, on a one piston caliper, it doesn't really change anything, but that's the whole idea of that. So you just make sure the squeaker's on the bottom on the outside, squeaker's on the bottom on the inside, and then you just put the caliper on. And I also, in the kit, got a new shield that goes here. That's basically just to help with holding these pads, because where these two square tips are, shoulders, and those two shoulders, they line up within here. That's just another area for them to help slide, stay even, so on and so forth. So let's get this on. Oh, while I'm knocking everything all over the place. There we are. There we go. All right. Come on. There we are. There we go. Just got to yarn on her a little bit. Okay. So now all we got to do is just put these 12mm bolts in, and that's it. So let's get... Come on. Just lined up. There we go. There. There. Alright, now for the second. Get pushed down. And now you see that right there spinning? That's the slider. Occasionally you have to use a pair of pliers, but I'm trying to hold it with my finger at least to get it snug up enough to where, there we go, to where I can just do that myself without holding a camera, plus also trying to video. Again, if you looked at the Durango video, if I remember right, I had one of the lugs holding the caliper on. See how it's flopping around like a sick dick in a windstorm? If you got the lug nut on tight, it don't flop around. So let me get this on the rest of the way, and I'll give you a quick little run through over everything again, and that's basically it on the rear brake pads and rotors on the 2000 Chevy S10. Be right back, guys. Alright, so to sum this up, that's the rear pads and rotors. Already did the front. Now I just got the other side to do, and then the other front, and then this customer's truck is all set to go, and I will see you guys on the next one.